Hi guys, it's New Year's Day 2023 and I'm going to do a wild camp up in these hills. I've got some winter kit and I want to try it out. To be honest, it's only forecast to get down about 1 degree, so it's not like too extreme, but yeah, just want to sort of challenge myself. Never done a winter camp, so I'm going to go head over to them woods, get set up. It's 3:15, so it will be dark in about an hour. And yeah, just get my kit. I'll talk you through my kit and we'll see how it pans out, see how it lives up to its reputation. Right, roll that in, roll. There's the edge of the wood. That's where I'm planning on going. So on that hill, just check it out, see what's up there. I'm sure I'll find a pitch. I've had many walks through the woods, but never on the south tip. But yeah, look at this. So this is the sort of view I've got at the minute. It's just spinning with rain, light rain. What do you expect in this winter? You could sort of pitch here, but it's very wet. It's on a bit of a slope, so I'm hoping that if I get on the top of there it'll be a bit drier. We've been a bit higher up. So some of the winter kit, what I'm wearing, I'll just flick you around 2 seconds. Okay, so this is a Sprayway Gore-Tex jacket, very breathable, very waterproof. Underneath that I've just got a Berghaus fleece, and underneath that I've got a Drywick North Face t-shirt. I'm toasty and warm. You know, whilst you're walking you will find yourself nice and warm, not too hot, not too cold. My pants, if you can see them, Berghaus Gore-Tex waterproofs, and underneath that I've just got a pair of tracksuit bottoms. Basically on my feet I've got some merino wool hiking socks and a pair of Berghaus hiking boots. This is the second pair of boots I've had, same make and model, Berghaus. Fantastic boots, very comfy, really waterproof. I've got half a size bigger than my normal shoe size, and that works out great. On my back I've got an Osprey 65 litre Rook, which I've got everything in for me, what I would class as my winter kit. And the only thing I haven't got is my Delta pegs. As you can probably tell, I wouldn't even class this as breezy. Something else I haven't got that you might have noticed is my little companion. He stayed at home today. I'm sure he would have wanted to be here, but just with testing my kit out and being January the 1st, I won't do him any harm to spend the night indoors. So yeah, so that's like me sort of kit basically I'm walking with, keep dry, keep warm, and then I'll discuss me camping kit once I get the tent set up, and I'll go through that, why I chose it. Okay, right, be back soon. Right guys, I've just got the top here, this bit of crag, if that's what you want to call it, just on the edge of the wood. So this is where I intend to camp. Now I know my sort of rough location, so all I'm looking for now basically is quite a level flat piece of ground, which, believe it or not, is quite a hard thing to come by when you're in the wild, you know, there's all that space to pitch a tent, but you want to be quite level. If not, if your head's at the lower end, you'll probably find that you'll wake up in the morning all the blood's gone to your head. And if it's the other way around, your feet are at the lower end, you'll probably wake up in the morning and find that you and your kit have all ended up at the bottom of the tent. So it's worth just taking 5 minutes, having a look around and pitching a good spot or the best you can. It might make that difference between a good night's sleep and a bad night's sleep. So just have a little look. Like what you could do if it was a bit drier is perhaps even just lie on the ground before you put your tent up and just see how it feels. You know, because it's all about making yourself as comfortable as possible, and yeah, just enjoying it. That's why I'm on. See that ridge over there? That's Hadrian's Wall. So on the Scottish side, well, it's not Scotland, it's still England, but like the north side of Hadrian's Wall, if you like, it goes all the way down there and up and beyond that hill. There's the moon coming out. So it looks like a nice night. The rain's keeping off, so yeah, we'll find a spot to pitch our tent, and then we'll look at getting my tent up. I've just came over the top there. There was a nice flat area on the top, but it's been used as a cow toilet, unfortunately, so I don't want to camp there. The wind's blowing from the west, which is that direction, so I've just come down and I'm going to plonk myself here. It's pretty level. I can get my tent up off the rocks if you like, so it's just a bit of moss and a bit of grass, so it should be nice and cozy. Got a little bit of shelter from the wind, not that it's windy at the minute, but if it does pick up, we'll have that little bit of shelter. And there's my bag there, look, my 65 litre Rook, great bag. So I just took the rain cover off, it did start raining a little bit there, and just plonked it there out of the wet ground. Yes, this is going to be my view for the night. It's quite cloudy, so I don't think we're going to see any stars. You never know. We'll take it that we're not, and if we do, it'll be a nice little surprise. Another thing to consider when you're wild camping is pitch late, leave early. You know, it's still not too late. Like, it's probably only, well, it's actually 4:45, which only took half an hour to get here. There's plenty of time, still time for people to come wandering past, our farmers. Not that there's much call for it. It's New Year's Day and there's no livestock where I am, so I can't see anyone coming up here. So just think about that as well when you're pitching your tent. You know, if you're in a field full of sheep, the chances are someone might come up to feed them. Whereas if you're out of the way, you know, you've got to ask yourself, well, why would anyone come up here and stumble across you? So yeah, this is going to be where we'll make camp. So we're just going to sit and chill for maybe half an hour, and just as it starts to get that little bit darker, we'll get the tent up. Just take our time really, because it's, you know, it's 4 o'clock and we've got a lot of time. Right, be back soon. My first little piece of kit that I'm going to use tonight is this little fold up foam mat. It folds really small size and very lightweight, and it makes all the difference. So if you're just going to sit on a rock or on the grass, if you just put that under your bottom, just sitting by the views, it keeps your bum dry and warm. So that's the first piece of kit I would recommend that you bring out with you. You can always use that if you were hiking as well. It makes a big difference. Yeah. That's the tent up. Now what's good about these tents is they'll basically stand freestanding, if that's the word, without being pegged down. So all I've done is I've just stood in its position, put it up roughly. I don't know if you can make it out on the camera, but you can see the slant of the ground a lot better now. So I normally put it up and then just rotate it, move it around a little bit until I get that pitch where, you know, door's facing the right way and my head's going to be facing the right way at the top end of the tent, if you like. Once I've done that, I'll pick it out. Now this tent is what's called a nature hike. Sorry, this tent is what's called a nature hike Cloud Peak 2. On the internet it is classed as a 4-season tent, whereas I would probably say it's more like a 3 or 3.4, 3 to 4. The reason is, suppose we can take a battering in the wind. Now I have been out and camped in a storm before on the Pennine Way up in the Cheviots, and you can see that video on my playlists, and it took a right battering, probably 40-50 mile an hour gusts. And the only reason I think it's not really regarded as a 4-season in the wild camping community is because of the bottom. I don't think it's strong enough to take a lot of snow, but realistically I would say in this country you could sleep out in it in all 4 seasons. Well, it's January the 1st, so it definitely is winter and I'm definitely out in it at night, but weather wise it's, you know, breezy. It's not raining and certainly not snowing, so it's not really a full-on test for it, but I'm sure it's adequate for 4-season wild camping in England, Scotland, Wales maybe. Obviously if you're going up the top of, say, Ben Nevis and it's 2 foot of snow or whatever, you may want something like a Hillyberg, but that'll do me for now. So yeah, as I say, I'm just going to lift it up and rotate it a little bit, find out where it's best suited, and then peg it out. The tent pitched, all the guidelines, all the pegs are in, and I've got the door facing the way I want it to, just so I can sit in the tent and look out on that bit of view. Not that it makes much difference when it gets dark obviously, but yeah, might be nice looking out in the morning with a cup of tea or a cup of coffee. So that's me house for the night. So now what I'll do is I'll get my kit, my sleeping bag, my mat, etc. all set up, and then I'll talk through that. Here, as you can probably see there, I've got my close foam cell mat, which has also got the reflective strip on one side for extra heat. So I'm going to put that down, but obviously because it's been rolled up it won't lie flat until you put something on top of it. My sleep mat, when I say sleep mat I mean like inflatable pad if you like. Now this one is a Sea to Summit Everlight XT Extreme in large. It's like a big large oblong. Now the reason I chose this is because it's got a great R value, which means like the reflective heat value, so when your body heat goes into the pad it reflects back up here, whereas a cheaper pad, maybe something like the UL80, is comfy but it's got no reflective heat or R value, so you lose a lot of heat. Now this one's a brilliant mat, however it's a big boy. You can see the size of that. There's my hand, look. So it does take up a lot of room in the bag, but I do love it. I think, to be honest, if you're doing 4-season wild camping, it's either that or probably the Thermarest. Now I don't know how big that is when it's packed down, but yeah, that's a big one. But it fits in the 65 litre, so we'll get that out. That bag, if you like, also doubles up as a pump sack. I am hoping to buy the little air pump. I'm trying to think of its name, and there's a few lads at work and that recommended that, so I'm going to treat myself to one of them. So yeah, so we'll get the mat up and go through the rest of the kit. Okay, there's my mat up with my Sea to Summit pillow. As you can see, it takes up the whole end for the tent. Now with this, inflate it quite a lot, because again what I've learned is if it's half deflated and you're lying on it, the heat R value doesn't work as good as it should, because it narrows down the mattress, if you like, so it makes it closer to the ground. As you can see, that's quite thick, that. Well, it's very thick, as mattresses are. So right, there's my mattress up. Now for the sleeping bag. My 4-season sleeping bag is an OEX Defiant 900. They're really good for the money. I think they're about £140 to go outdoors now and again when you hit lucky. Obviously, you know, you've got like the Rab 900 or Rab 1100. I don't really know much about them bags, I've never used one. I don't know how small they compress. This one compresses down to nothing really, and it's probably half the price. I'm not saying it outperforms the Rab in any aspect, and the only thing is with this, you tend to lose a few feathers every time you sleep in it. So you know, you are losing a bit of downfill every time, but it certainly does suit me for now. I want to test it out tonight with a liner on the mat, see if it works, because you know, I'm should I buy another bag or should I stay with this one? I'm not sure. So again, it's all about just testing my kit tonight. There are some people that say when you're in the sleeping bag you should sleep pretty nude, and then the heat off your body warms the bag. Last time I camped out in late October, I actually had me Rab puffer jacket on, my down jacket, and I was quite cool. I was quite cold, so I don't know whether the Rab jacket actually worked against the sleeping bag, if you like, but we'll give it a test tonight. Right, basically for my sleep system, I've just got one more item to show you, so I'll just grab that. The thermal sleeping bag liner from Mountain Warehouse. Sorry, I'm trying to film this with a head torch, and the phone's creating a shadow. As you can see, that was meant to be 34 and I got it for $14.99 in the sale, just the other day. I've never used one of these before, so we'll give it a go, see if it makes much difference. This one's meant to be a firmer one. Well, when I say meant to be, it says it is, so it is. I don't know what difference it makes. That might save us, that £14 might save us another £240 on a different bag. So yeah, we'll give that a go. So that's my sleep system, and then we'll talk about cooking and drinking on a winter wild camp. Keep watching. Okay, so cook kit. So starting off, that's my Jetboil flash. In there you've got the gas canister stand, stabilizer, gas canister, a little lighter, and the burner. So really, that's good for heating up water. Not so much cooking on, I would say. I have looked at getting maybe like a little Trangia or a little meth stove, but we'll see. Wayfarer meal. As you can see, Christmas has come. I've been given quite a few of these, which was really nice off the family, so thanks everyone. So tonight's meal is chicken tikka and rice, chocolate pudding. Again, winter camping, maybe having a hot meal, warm you up, but I'm going to probably contradict myself totally now, because I've also got a couple of beers. Again, gifts of the family. So vocation, is it? Yeah, vocation. Sweet Temptation, chocolate, what's that say, caramel stout. So I've never had anything like that before, so that'll be interesting. And this one's like a sort of tropical fruity one. I've had a couple of them over Christmas, I like them. Toblerone, pudding, maybe hot chocolate, and then for breakfast I've just got a sachet of coffee in a tub of porridge. What I do is I put my porridge in that little enamel cup, and that stops the porridge from getting crushed in the bag. And then my long spoon for getting deep into them bags. So that's my food and drink basically. Probably drinking cold beer before you get into bed is not the best of ideas. You want to, you know, if you have a warm meal, a warm drink, it'll warm your core, but hey, you've got to have some enjoyment, haven't you? Right, so that's my cook system. Other little things I would bring on a winter wild camp. Gloves, you see them? Sorry, I'm not very good with this head torch. Pair of gloves, now they're the ones with the fingers in. For picking stuff up. I've also got a thicker pair of Mountain Warehouse gloves, somewhere behind us. Now this is quite important. bring a battery bank. This one's an Energizer. 20,000 whatever that is. So you can see on there, you can charge it up. It's got a lovely little light on the top of it. It tells you it's fully charged. It's got different ports, which is ideal. Fantastic. I have been out before, and with the cold, my phone's gone flat in the middle of the night. No way of charging it up, and it becomes quite difficult in the morning if you're navigating off your torch, off your phone. Sorry, or you've got to ring someone to come and collect you because you can't contact them. So I've learned the hard way. Always take a battery bank as a backup power, especially if you're doing video and that. And yeah, so that's me setup really. So what we'll do is we're just going to sit, chill, have a hot drink, have some food, just enjoy the night. You can feel it's starting to get a bit colder now, especially when I've stopped moving about. And yeah, get back to you later maybe, if not in the morning, and I'll give you an honest review of how warm I was. You know, it's no good saying, oh, I was toasty warm, and then you go out and get the same kit as me and you say, well, I was freezing. But to be honest, I should be warm because the Sea to Summit mat and the sleeping bag are good enough to be winter equipment anyway, without the foil blanket underneath and the thermal liner. So I should be toasty tonight. And plus the fact there's not much wind, because what you can find is on a windy day when the wind's, you know, causing drafts in the tent, basically that can take the temperature down as well. So yeah, right, we'll catch you soon. Right, I'm all snug in here. Got my phone charging up just to top it up. I'm sitting, you can probably hear the rain. It's not that heavy though. Next to the view. It's a little bit of sleety rain actually. There's a few lights on over in the valley there, farmhouses etc. So yeah, we're in. So we're just sitting. It is about 5:15, pitch black, and yeah, just all cozy up. So I think I'm gonna maybe have one of them cans, sit back and relax. Right, it's about 7:15. That's how dark it is. Yep, it's pitch black. Tent, new torch on there, look. Your little limpet. I don't know if you can see, there's a bit of frost starting on the tent already. So I think it's going to be cold tonight. I think it's going to be, well, 0, maybe -1. So just what I want really, test it out. It's got a bit foggy down there. I don't think, well, you won't be able to pick it up on the camera. Just down the bottom of that hill, there's a bit of mist coming, so maybe a bit of freezing fog. So I do apologise for the lack of light, but I'm out in the middle of nowhere. It's pitch black. So right, just thought I'd give you an update. I'm gonna have a tea shortly. Well, I'm gonna have my tea shortly because I'm the only one here. And can you go out the moon up there? Right, but so far so good. Nice and toasty. Feet are a little bit cold. That's just because I've just had them like on my boots on the ground, whereas I've been sitting on my mat inside the tent. But that's fine. I've got spare socks if I need to put them on. So I've just come out just for have a little wander, warm up a bit. But looking forward to getting into that tonight. Right, bring you back to the tea on. So there's a bit of steam coming off that jet boiler there, so I've just opened the vent on the top of the door, look. Just let that out, stop the condensation coming in. It's about 7:30. There was a bit of sleet and a bit of snow there before, but it's stopped at the minute. So I'm guessing it's probably about 2 or 3 degrees. Feel the temperature drop now. I don't know if you can see the condensation and the steam off the jet boiler and also my breath. So we're gonna have some chicken tikka and rice and a chocolate pudding, and then a kind of vocation, sweet temptation. See what that's all about. Get tucked in. Right, tea's on. Whew. I think opening that door's making it worse. It's blown all the steam in, not out. I love it. Well, everyone, it's about 9 o'clock. I've had my tea, had my pudding. I've just gone into bed. Only been in the bag a few minutes and I can feel the warmth already. So hopefully, I'm going to be toasty. I feel confident. Just lying here and you can hear the rain hitting the tent. It's a nice sound. So yeah, just gonna lie here, maybe watch a bit of YouTube or something. Have half an hour and have an early night, I think, and then get him in the morning, have some breakfast and go for a little hike. So yeah, so far so good. I'll let you know in the morning how warm I was. One thing I'm glad I did do was bring a spare pair of socks, because by the time I took my boots off, my boots were a bit damp because the outside soaking, the grass and that. So at least I've got a nice warm pair of toasty socks to put on. So there's another tip. You know, always carry a spare pair of socks for the weight and the space to take up. Makes all the difference. So we'll see you later. See you in the morning unless something exciting happens. So catch you soon. Good morning. Ooh, just woke up. Believe it or not, it's about 8:30. I slept very well. I was comfortably warm, but I wasn't hot. I wasn't too hot. I thought I would have been hotter, to be honest, with what I had on and the kit I had. It's got to be the bag. It's got to be the bag that's letting things down. But it was very cold last night. Probably down to about 2 degrees. But look at this. Do so I'm waking up to. Look at that cloud version. Wow. That's amazing. Oh, there's the frost on the tent, look. Oh well, I've done it. My first ever went a wild camp and I've survived to tell the tale. So I'm going to get up, get my boots on, stretch my legs and get the kettle on, I think. Well, the jet boil, and have myself a nice coffee. Loving this, like, look at that. Wow, it makes it all worthwhile, that, like. There's the sun just creeping over that cloud invasion, look. Right. There's the jet boil on. A cup of coffee and some porridge. And then we'll get packed up. It's so beautiful and still here this morning. Wow. I'll do a time lapse, but the GoPro's away getting fixed. I'm just filming this on my phone. Look at that though. There you go. That's where I pitched last night. Leaving nothing but memories and footprints. No rubbish. So abide by the wild camping rule, if there's no trace. That's my first winter wild camp done. Loved it. My kit worked. Sleeping bag, I could upgrade it. I was warm, I wasn't like toasty warm, if that makes sense. I was just comfortable. I wouldn't want to really go any colder with the kit I've got. So I might look at upgrading my bag. But apart from that, woke up to that this morning. And that's what it's about. Had a great night. And packed away. And you know you've had a great night when you can't wait to get back out. So we'll see you soon. Thanks for watching. Take care.